So far, we've learned to identify slope from a graph. We have found slope using 2 points with the slope formula. And now we're going to find the slope by looking at data in a table. And we've already had quite a bit of experience understanding how the table connects to the graph and coordinate points and all that. So it's all related, and we can get the same information from all these different representations of an XY input-output relationship. So let's recall that slope is the vertical change, or change in Y, compared to the horizontal change, or change in X. Well, I can easily identify that from a table. All I have to do really is look at a couple of my Y's together to identify, well, what's the change? From 11 to 19, that is a positive change. It's an increase of 8. So my change in Y, well, that's 8. And my change in X, I'm going to pick those same two, I want to compare those same 2 lines. From 2 to 4, well, that's a positive change of 2. So my change in X is 2. If I simplify, essentially that comes out to, oops, I was going to write a 4. Oh yeah, that is what I wanted, a 4. Technically it'd be a 4 over 1, but that's also just equal to a 4. So my slope from this table is 4. You may or may not be wondering, well, like, how do I know which 2 Y's to compare, or which 2 X's to compare? Does it matter which points, which lines, which input-output pairs I pick? And it honestly doesn't. If you've noticed so far along a line, whatever 2 points you use on a line, you're going to end up getting the same slope because that steepness is constant. That rate of change is constant in a line. So we're going to look at the same table, but why don't we choose, for fun, let's choose the 3 and the 19 to make it interesting. So if I pick those 2 Y's, from 3 to 19, well, it's still a positive change, it's increasing. And from 3 to 19, that's a jump of 16. So my change in Y in this case is 16. And now I'm going to use those same X's, the 0 and the 4. Well, the change from 0 to 4, that's a positive change of 4. So my change in X here is 4. 16 over 4 simplifies to, look at that, 4 over 1, which essentially is 4, which is what we got using the other pair of points when we looked at these 2 points. So that does work out. It doesn't matter which points you use. All right, so let's go through one more example. Okay, looking at my Y values. For fun, I'm going to go from 1 to the -3. I'm going to use those values. From 1 to -3, now in this case, that is a decrease. From 1 to -3, that is going down by 4. And so my change in Y is in the negative direction of 4. And let me look at those X values from 2 to 4. Well, from 2 to 4, that's in the positive direction, and that is a jump of 2. So my change in X is -4. Excuse me, my change in Y is -4, but my change in X is +2, which simplifies to a -2 over 1, which ultimately equals a negative 2. So my slope for the line that this would make if I were to plot it is a negative 2.